So I'm building a 7-figure e-commerce business, and I have decided to record every step of the way and share with you guys here on YouTube. So I have decided that I'm going to build a 7-figure e-commerce business, and I'm going to record and share every step of the way with you guys because I think that's going to be quite exciting. Now in this video, I want to introduce you guys to the idea of what kind of business I want to build, right? I want to talk about what kind of website I want to build, and I'm also going to share with you my game plan of how I am planning on actually executing this idea, right? So let's get right into it. Now, the idea for this business is a print-on-demand store, right? But it's not just a print-on-demand store, it's a print-on-demand store for independent artists. Now, let me elaborate a little bit more on this. Now, there's a website called redbubble.com, which basically allows independent artists to upload their art onto the website and create custom merchandise with all sorts of different products. Now, if you watch some of my previous videos, you know that the way I make money in my e-commerce business right now, which is citycaps.co, that is not a big secret on this channel. The way I make money with this business is that I reach out to different artists, I collaborate with them, and this way I make money. Now, just to put this in perspective, the way I make money now is like a bad version of what does Redbubble, right? And there are two things why this method is worse than what does Redbubble. Now, the first thing is that I limit myself with just one product. So if Redbubble has all sorts of different products, I have just one product, which is hats. Now, if you think about it, a person who is going to be buying from an artist, right? He might as well buy a t-shirt, a hoodie, a mug, right? He doesn't want to just buy one thing. He wants to buy several. So by offering only one product, I'm limiting my average order value. And this way, it's very hard for me to scale. Now, the second problem with my website is that I don't have a system in place to process many artists every single day. And that is because every artist that I sign up, I do it manually. I reach out to them, right? I invite them, I sign the agreement, I create the mockups myself in the Printful, right? And only then I create the collection. It's a lot of communication, and it's just not a system where you can process, 100 or 1,000 artists every day if you have that flow. Now, and the reason I know this is because I actually tried scaling my store by hiring virtual assistants, by having more, people email me every single day, and by closing more artists, and it just gets super messy. So what I decided to do was I decided to eliminate these two problems by modeling what Redbubble does. And for this, I will need a website with an infrastructure that will allow me to process a lot of artists every single day, and that will also have all sorts of different products. Now, the idea here is quite simple, to be honest. The first thing is I need to build a website where people can sign up, can upload their art, can have like a dashboard where they can, have their different collections, where they can have their payment methods and all sorts of that. Now, the second thing I need here is how I'm actually going to fulfill the products. Now, as I said in the beginning, I'm going to do print on demand. So once I have the website, I'm going to connect it directly to Printful. So this way, every time I get an order on my website, it will be automatically fulfilled with Printful.com. Now, the third thing I should think about is how I'm going to get artists to come to my website, sign up, upload their art, and start promoting their products, right, which are hosted on my website. Now, my plan for this is in the beginning simply to do it old school method, is to do cold emails, right? So I'm going to hire a couple of virtual assistants. I'm going to give them a script, right? And I'm going to tell them to research, to find different artists and to message them one by one. And I'm going to pay them for every artist that they're going to message. Now, this way, once the artist gets the email, he gets to click and then he goes to the website. So that is how I'm going to generate, traffic, or in this way, how I'm going to send artists to my website. So that is the idea, right? It's very simple. Just think about redbubble.com, and that is exactly what I'm planning on making. Now, I want to give a little bit of background about how I thought about it in the beginning, how I think about it now. So in the beginning, I thought this was going to be a $100,000 project. Now, I might be wrong, and it might turn out to be that expensive, and it might turn out to be, take a 1 year of my life. But at this point, I'm fairly confident that this shouldn't take that much money, and it shouldn't take that much time. And the reason for this is simple. Now, when I first started with this project, I was really stuck and I didn't know even where to start because I never had this kind of a project, right? I never approached this kind of thing. So what I thought to myself is, okay, who do I know? Okay, I have a friend, Alec, and he's very good with computers. He's very good with coding. So I was like, all right, let me call this guy. Let me share with him my idea and let's see what he has to tell me. So I call him, we talk a little bit. And I'm like, oh, Alec, you know, there's this thing like called Redbubble. They have this mockup generator and blah, blah, blah. And I use this mockup generator from Printful. Like, what am I supposed to do? And he's like, oh yeah, Printful has an API. You can just connect it directly to your website and use it. I'm like, Alec, you just saved me literally like $50,000 and so much stress, because what I thought was that I will have to build the mockup generator myself, right? I'll have to like, you know, hire developers, custom code it, explain what I need to do and all of that. And I thought that was going to cost thousands. But as it turns out, Printful has an API for all of their things, right? Like order processing and mockup generators. And what that basically means is that they have a code which you can copy and paste on your website, and their mockup generator is going to be on your website. So every time, so you can use their mockup generator on your website for free, which is insane. Now, that's the first thing that I did. That kind of gave me a lot of hope that this project is something that I can take on, right? Because I don't have $100,000 to spend on a mockup generator on a website. So I was like, okay, that's good. Now, so I have the mockup generator. How do I actually build the website? And since I didn't know, I was like, oh my God, you know, having people, and because I know a little bit about Shopify, so I was thinking about like, yeah, with Shopify, it's not possible to get people to sign up, you know, to have their own little dashboard where they can track their sales and all of that. So I was like, oh man, that's gonna be so expensive. And then what I thought to myself, I was like, all right, let me hire a developer from Upwork for a consultation call. Now, I did that. I posted a job on Upwork, and I wrote what I needed from the developer. Developer responded. I told them, okay, this is what I want. This is what kind of website I'm looking to build. What are the options that I have? And we decided to get on a call. We jumped on a call. We talked a little bit about it, and he basically outlined 3 different options that I can go around building this website. Now, the first option is actually custom coding the website, which was exactly what I thought in the beginning, you know, so basically, you know, having a developer who's going to custom code the website from the scratch, and that's going to cost thousands of dollars. It's going to take, you know, 1 year of your life, and it's just something not worth it, right? If you're a $1 million company, yes, you might want to take that route, you know, because you can have all different features and all of that. But this is not our case, so we went ahead and discussed the other 2 options. Now, the third option was actually to go with Shopify. And he explained to me the way I can go with this with Shopify is actually not use the basic Shopify plan, right? Or even the other 3, but go to Shopify Plus. Now, Shopify Plus is something big brands use, such as Gymshark and Kylie Cosmetics. And basically, that plan starts from $2,000 per month. Now, I don't want to spend $2,000 per month on a Shopify plan just to have some functions that I need on my website. So that was a no-no. And there was also the second option, which is the best option so far, and which is the option that I'm going to go with myself. So the second option was to build a website with WordPress. And I was like, okay, you know, I've heard a little bit about WordPress, but like what kind of functions it has, you know, what kind of templates and plugins and all that. So that developer that I talked with on the phone, he showed me that, for example, this thing that I was really concerned about, how the people can sign up to the website and you know, have an account with all the sales, and that it doesn't require any coding. There is literally a plugin. It's called multi-vendor, right? You install that plugin onto your WordPress website, and you have all the dashboard and all the sales and all of that inside of your website in literally 5-6 minutes. How crazy is that? So that reduced the cost of this project by another $50,000. So now we are, you know, back to like, you know, 1,000 or 2,000 or something like that. So, and a lot of time. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to hire a developer, and I'm going to write a milestone for him of the minimum viable product. Now, minimum viable product is a concept from 0 to 1 by Peter Thiel, and it is basically a concept where you have a product with all the minimum features that you need in order to test the idea, right? In order to validate the product. These are like the minimum features that you need to test it, right? So what are the minimum features here? The domain, the website, the ability for the artist to sign up, right? To have his dashboard, to upload art, to have the mockup generator, and also to connect his payment plan. So he can either put in his bank details or his PayPal so we can transfer the money. So these are the very minimum features that we need to have in order to test this idea, to validate this. So my goal now, for tomorrow is to actually write that milestone down, send it to the developer, hire him, and get him started with the project. So I just have one question for you. Do you think this is a cool idea or not? Now, let me know that down in the comment section below. I'm going to be reading through that. Also, if you do think that this is a cool idea, make sure to drop me a like. And if you think that this is a bad idea, make sure to drop me a dislike. So be honest. And on this note, I'm going to wrap up this video, and I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate every single one of you. And as usual, I'll see you in the next part, which is going to be sometime next week. Thank you so much.